I'd be yours till break of day. Teenage runaways, watching every sunrise.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the OB49 Patch Notes Show for Nature's Call, the new patch to enter the realm, coming to you soon. My name is Rainday. I'll be your host for today, and of course, we've got high-res Martini Garrett.
How's it going, guys?
And the designer of Paladins here, and of course, Wes. You've been with us before.
I have. Yes.
Remind everybody kind of what your role is in Paladins.
I'm the lead character artist on Paladins, so here to show off some of our work today.
Man, I wonder if that means we have a character to talk about. I don't know.
We got so much to talk about today.
Everyone's been very excited. I mean, fairly excited
this guy over here.
So let's get into the good stuff. We've got so much. I can't banter any longer. First thing up on the table and introduced into OB49, as we did in the last patch, are some new sprays. We got some new sprays for everybody.
We got a lot of sprays, actually, this time.
This is exciting. Look at that.
Guys, look at all those sprays. There might be 50.
Wes, what's your favorite one?
Geez, just seeing a lot of these for the first time. I'll go with the center.
Okay, the center.
Dude, I like the Androxus one. Like, is it through the warp, I think, or something?
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's coming at you.
I like the one where the guy's getting punched in the face, to be honest.
Yep,
and then, because that's a good BM thing. I also like 2 down from him is the king, and he's kind of like, like, really, that's all you got? Like, not impressed with, like, a jester who's, like, falling flat on his jokes.
That's true.
I feel like that's a really good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So these are all going to be available coming in OB49. So, again, we're continually adding these sprays and just getting a lot more content. And look at this.
Wow.
Some new artwork. I wonder who this could be for.
I wonder who that could be for. But yeah,
it's very
gorgeous.
Cool.
Like, our team is stepping it up in terms of our card art, and it's clearly evident here.
Clearly evident. You know, that scars me.
Yeah.
When people say that, because I had a 7th grade show where I should have won an award, but I won all the awards years earlier, and the guy said, it's clearly evident, and I thought he said Evan, so I stood up. And then it was like, oh, excuse me, it's clearly evident that it's this guy, not Evan. And it really kind of broke my heart.
Awkward, dude.
Yeah. So despite being scarred, we've got that happening, and that's really exciting. Of course, we've got some new things, and let's get started. We usually start the show with the skins. And not necessarily a skin, we've got a bit of a rework, a redux here of one of the most, I think, memed and loved champions in the realm. That is Grover. His axe is getting some changes.
Yeah, absolutely. As you guys will see, we took the opportunity to bring his weapon a little more in line with the fantasy setting of Paladins.
It looks real good.
Yeah, I think it was a big improvement. Credit and kudos to our weapon artists that were responsible for bringing this all the way.
It's visceral, it's ancient looking, it's hefty. It's like that coming at you. It's going to hurt.
And it's fantastical, right? I mean, the vine, for whatever reason, the wood, the vine, you know, the little inscription on the axe, it's just making me think that the Paladin's crystal inside, I really like the style of this. And so this will be for anyone who plays Grover now, right?
Yeah, so this is your new default.
Okay.
But don't worry.
Do I get my other ones, or
you get your other one? So what's going to happen is you log in after the patch goes live, and this is the new default. And if you owned Grover already, we're just going to give you the old default as a skin.
Okay.
We're just going to give it to you. You already have it. And then for people who don't own Grover, it will now be an option for a skin purchase. So
awesome.
Still exists. We just figured this is more in line with the characters.
Well, I mean, since we're on the topic of Grover, and, you know, we're talking about this guy, would it be cool if Grover got a little love this patch? Would it be cool with you guys?
I think so.
It would be cool.
You all right with that, Wes?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I think Grover needs to talk about the love that he's got. We do have a lot of love going in from everyone here, which is a new kind of theme chest. This is Nature's Call, by the way, and so there is an overgrown chest where you can get a lot of love happening. There's some mushrooms on the chest. I wonder what that relates to.
What could it be?
What could it be? But look at all these weapons. Wes, talk about, you know, this isn't really character design, but, you know, the art process of kind of concepting some of these new weapons for these champions in this themes.
Sure. So we decided to just thematically skin most of these weapons from a almost from like a graphic standpoint. So as you'll see, most of these are basically fall in line with the original shapes of the base level weapons. We just decided to basically give them a premium recolor kind of treatment. So hopefully everyone likes them.
It's really, really, I love the Androxus.
Dude, the Androxus pistol?
Come on.
And I like the Drogo's one too. It's got like this amphibian pattern on it.
He has such good weapons. I feel like he just has a great weapon for skins. Androxus Pips looks really cool too. That kind of stands out to me as well. Fernando Lance is big and fun. But those shrooms, I want to know a little bit more about those shrooms.
They look familiar.
They look like Doom shrooms.
They do look like Doom. Nice segue.
Has anyone ever said that to you?
Yeah, someone has.
Somebody has. Well, you know, Grover, he thought it looked like Doom Shrooms too, so he decided to maybe start making his own outfit that befitted the title, and that's why you've got Doom Shroom Grover.
Doom Shroom Grover.
Coming into the realm.
OB49. Yep.
Guys, tell me about this one.
We felt like Grover just needed some love, so we decided to kind of keep with a lot of the nature thematics of Grover, and decided to kind of take him in a little bit more of a, I don't know if I would say psychedelic, but definitely something a little trippy. So as you'll see.
That emote's not helping the psychedelic, the non-psychedelic claim there. He looks like he's having a little bit too much fun.
Yeah, Bonnaroo was fun for him.
Yep.
He just came back from Coachella. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, look at that VFX on the vine.
So we're seeing the weapon here, and we're going to see he's got the VFX for his skill. So what kind of tier skin is this, Garrett? Because this has not every skin.
This will be an epic skin, yeah,
okay.
for sure. It will be a part of that chest too. So it's oh my God, look at them grow.
Oh.
Biggest shrooms in the realm.
Immediately raises his monetary value there. Just the large they are. And so we could see the blossom as well, because that's a little bit of I don't know, does that have effects on it?
I don't believe so, because it's in 1P. It's just like kind of a hand gesture.
It looks like his leaves that are kind of rotating around him are a little different though.
Yeah, the VFX team probably touched that. He's definitely got a little bit of a more like, because base Grover is kind of your lighthearted, like not dopey, but kind of like whimsical, like slow paced.
Yeah.
And this guy is definitely more of a kind of, he's a little bit more malicious. What we didn't see there was the voice pack, which also you get.
That's right.
And it's definitely more, it's a bit of a darker exploration of Grover and how he wants to kind of see the world covered in all these spores and mushrooms.
So that's really cool. So this really has like a story to it, almost a flavor of really changing the identity of the champion.
Yeah, I would check out that voice pack. It's definitely, it's like the too spooky version of Grover.
Ooh, I like to see it. That sounds good. Doom Shroom Grover coming out in OB49 as a skin for your favorite axe throwing tree in the realm. And of course, we've got another one. This is the support class seems to be getting quite a few skins this patch, but I got to tell you,
they deserve it.
This is worthy of a flank roll. This is worthy of a damage roll. This is worthy of the star of the show roll.
I mean,
Invader Pip coming to OB49. We have been waiting for this one internally for a long time.
Oh, he's so cool. He's so cool.
One of the best skins I think in the game.
I could not agree more. We decided to kind of go with a little bit of the cheesy 50s kind of alien vibe with him, and as you'll see, there's a little bit more to it than just this image. But yeah, I think it got executed very well, and hopefully everyone enjoys.
Guys, look at that gun.
I mean, can we? Oh, we get to see this thing in game. This is too cool. And the gun.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So the VFX team knocked it out of the park. So right now, I think every piece of this. Oh, and the custom reload. Yeah. That's right. We reload one more time. Watch that spiral. Oh yes.
Mama.
Yep. So definitely an epic weapon here. This thing is for direct purchase. Have no fear.
Okay.
No chest. But every single thing Pip does has a new effects treatment for it. Like you saw, his in-hand was a little bit more sci-fi. Explosive Flask is a little bit more sci-fi. Dude, you show him the wait list, because rocket boosters. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, that would make commuting so much easier.
Yep.
I want a society where we all do that.
Can you spawn a bot and turn them into a chicken? Because it's not a normal chicken.
It's not. So even so the only other Pip skin that's changed the chicken is the Rooster Brewster.
Okay. Oh, look at that alien chicken!
Get out of here, man. That's the cutest thing.
Yeah, see, even the ult has a different treatment. Like, guys, this is...
We had a lot of fun making this chicken.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Oh, God. Okay, sometimes there's just too many Pips.
Well, now there's too many alien Pips here. Let's make, and his voice even says the ult line a little differently too in this voice pack.
Oh yeah, you got a voice pack with this one too.
So can we hear a little bit of this voice pack?
Awesome. Resistance is futile. Take me to your mother. Defend! Defend the objective! Group up! Let's make this interesting. A credit to your species. Resistance is futile. No one wants to explore Uranus, so stop asking. I'ma smack you faster than the speed of light. My sensors. Let's make this interesting.
Well,
For miles.
that is Invader Pip. You could see the sarcasm, the crassness, the incredible VFX that the team put together here. I mean, if you just gave me these 2 skins in a patch, I'd be happy. But we have more. And no, not just a little more. We have much more. In fact, so much more. I had to get 2 new people onto the set with me to talk about it. Anthony and Jordan, who's kind of known as Hi-Res Tunini. On the streams, you kind of browse the streams a lot. A lot of people have started to know you. You've named a few maps after some of our streamers, some test maps here. How are you guys doing today?
Doing really well, thank you.
So what is your role in Paladins? What do you guys work on?
I'm a 3D environment artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for like environments, and what do you do?
Level design.
So environments and levels, put them together. Why would you guys be on the show? I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't work together.
I mean, do we have a new map to show?
We might have a new map.
You mean this patch?
Yep.
yeah.
You mean finally another map
It's been a while.
is going to be in the realm?
Yep.
A lot of love, man.
Yep.
A lot of love.
Okay, so this has been a love ambition for all of you. I want to reveal it. I want to let you guys talk about it.
Yeah.
It's time, without further ado, to introduce you to our brand new map coming out in OB49,
Boom.
Bright Marsh.
Yep.
Yup.
So guys, just talk about this map. I'll leave it up to you to decide how you want to take it, but
Sure.
just give us the lore, give us the history, give us the design style, everything.
Yeah.
We want to know it all.
Yeah. So the initial visual goal for this map was to really create just a small, well-crafted and cared-for village inside of a bright and colorful marsh. We really wanted to make more of an exotic botanical garden rather than a gloomy swamp. So as we jump in here, we'll see that the map it looks overgrown, but it's well maintained at the same time. There's a
Yeah.
lot of plants, a lot of gardening, a lot of flowers that just really add to the mood that we were trying to set, which is just happy and cheerful.
It's beautiful, and Jordan, you've been working on this map forever.
Ever.
Seriously, forever.
Yeah. Coming from the design side, I was really involved in, playing a lot of Victor, a lot. So, at the time it was just a lot of Victor, a lot of Skies, a lot of Andraxis. So, when I put this map together, it was, solely for those kinds of characters.
Wow.
Coming from a, Call of Duty background and a lot of shooters, and I felt like we needed to make a map that was more on the ground kind of thing, and a lot of tight quarters, intimate battles, and
Where aim is really going to come down to
That's
it.
right.
Positioning. We've played this and play tested quite a bit. Positioning can be very important.
Very
but it is really, you can get yourself caught up in hey, who hits 3 shots first, right? And
Yep.
that for Androxus is going to be the difference. Just to mention, that's the new weapon skin coming out in the Overgrown chest. So if you want to get your hands on that, I certainly will be. Eye of the Tiger right there. That thing is beautiful. But kind of walk us through this and narrate what he's seeing and where we're going in game here.
Sure. So one of the things we were really excited to do for this map was to finally really be able to tie a specific map with a specific champion.
Yeah.
And so Bright Marsh is actually Pip's hometown.
Oh.
Yeah. So that.
Give me more. Lore.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun to actually start tying in some lore to these maps. So the Pip species are actually there. Yeah. It's a peaceful and just family-based society. They kind of are secluded and keep to themselves. However, Pip is somewhat of an anomaly. He's an orphan. He's really the only one that has kind of expressed interest in leaving the marsh. So kind of keeping these things up there. You see the little drowning Pip sign. So keeping those things in mind really allowed us to be creative and create just a more interesting environment.
And Jordan, when you were designing this map, did you know the theme of it yet, or were you kind of taking that in stride with kind of saying, I want this to work for these types of champions, though I know this is a reflection of what Pip's kind of come up through in his past?
Yeah. We had a list of maps that we wanted to work on. One of them happened to be a marsh, and I kind of took on that role and made a map out of it. And and yeah, that's
Wow.
pretty much it. Yeah.
I've actually never seen this area of the map.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite parts. It's a nice little flank route.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right by the spawn, so if, you know, you're defending the area, you can kind of get a nice little vantage point on the enemy.
Jordan, you know, Victor can't get there.
No.
So I don't know what you're saying. You designed this for Victor.
But he can go in and out of these rooms though.
I designed this map for you, buddy, but
Yeah.
you're going to die if you try to get over there.
Yeah,
Let me just
put
tell
a
you.
lot of
You can go
love
in the room,
for,
though. You can go in the room.
For the Victor
Yep.
players like Stolzy and those guys, you know.
Yeah, well, Androxus seems to be kind of well at home here. He's got
Absolutely.
the dashes kind of get him perfectly onto that ledge. And
Yep.
He can go back. He can go the other way.
In and out of these rooms.
And so where do you think most of the fighting is going to take place here? You can get even up on this upper, area as well and kind of zone out. Do you know any other kind of styles of maybe play that you've seen really work well on this map or don't work well?
I know for sure that, when using these flanks, you're going to run into other flanks and a lot of damages.
Yep.
So you got to be really careful. You can't just, go in gung-ho into a capture point. Hopefully the idea is to really separate out the fights and then, with damage versus damage, flanks versus flanks, and then you got the tanks and support going straight to the capture point, try to fight in there.
Yeah.
Very closed off, and then so yeah, there's a lot of back and forth. We play tested. We put this in a test map queue, and what I've found is that it was just a lot of back and forth, that tug of war kind of action, which I really like. Hopefully I got that across in this map.
I think it did. And, just looking at the art one more time, Anthony, I kind of want to ask, and we've seen most of it now, so, I just want to pick your brain just a little bit more before we move on. I know people are just excited to play it.
Yeah.
Look at the detail here.
Yeah.
Taking a map from what it is in the test map queue,
Yeah.
a lot of players experience that now. It's nothing, I mean, it's shapes. It's and then putting this kind of history, this style, this art to it, what is that kind of process like, starting from the ground?
Well, we found that really tying in the character to a map brought all kinds of questions to mind, right? Like, what would a species of Pips do? Like, what would their village really revolve around?
Yeah.
Just what do they do here? So all these questions just brought up all these cool ideas, and you can see we really tie it in here. We got little Pip doors, got portraits of probably important figures.
Potion.
And, there's a building. We all know that Pip loves his potions, right?
Yeah.
So one of the
He's selfish with them.
yeah. One of the buildings that we created is kind of like a distillery. So the idea is that they are also the society is also they're alchemists, right? They're taking from the marsh, they're cultivating, harvesting these medicines and these ingredients, and we really thought that it was a good thing to tie into Pip.
Well, this map is absolutely gorgeous, and this is ready to go. OB49, guys.
That's right.
Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts before we kind of head off into the next section?
No, I just got to give props to our team, man. They really knocked it out of the park with this one. It was a lot of work, a lot of back and forth for the past week, and we just got it. We nailed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think, all the teams did an excellent job, and it looks fantastic.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, Anthony, Jordan, thank you so much for joining me. As you all can see, as Androxus continues to walk us through towards the end, this is Bright Marsh, the brand new map that will be coming in OB49. The latest map before this was Stone Keep, so Paladins fans everywhere are rejoicing here to see a new area where they're going to play and experience not only their casual games, but the high-level esports as well. It's going to be great to cast something besides Jaguar Falls, ain't it?
It's balance time, brother. Brother. Coming to bring justice to the realm.
You have a license for this?
Yeah,
Does Wes?
Oh!
I'm no longer biggest guns on the Patch Notes show, dude.
Yeah, I
Feels
know.
bad, man.
Yeah, Wes is out
We're gonna
here,
hit the
man.
gym after this. Don't worry.
That's where I'm going.
Wes is out here. So, Nick, how you doing, man? You look casual. Man. You
Good.
look comfy, man.
I'm going to the beach right after Patch Notes.
That's what I heard, dude. How you? I'm not gonna say where, but is it a flight? Is it a
Florida.
drive?
I'm driving.
Ooh, wow. Enjoy, man. You taking a girl out there?
Yep.
All
Me
right,
and the
man.
lady.
Nice, man. Let's go have fun. What are you doing, Garrett?
I'm doing patch notes right now, which is
After
what.
patch
Come
notes,
on,
man.
guys.
Come on. I just,
We're hard at work on the next patch. Come on, you know
We
that.
are. That's right. Garrett takes no time off.
What are you doing, Garrett? Next patch.
I have next
What about
patch
after
after
that?
this.
The next
following
OB51.
So we got, obviously, Nick, we're here because it's bug time. It's balance time.
Bugs and balance.
Bugs and balance. I feel like that's bugs and balance, bugs and No?
We're here to squish the bugs.
Maybe not. Squish the bugs, get the balance. I want to talk to you about all the stuff that we've got going on. Let me get my papers organized here. Garrett messed them up before the show.
I did.
And now it's time for
Flip
me to
the
get
script.
going here. So we've got some good bugs. Those are largely going to be listed in the patch notes that are fixed. There are a couple of, in actual forums at paladins.com, you could see a list of the bugs. We're trying to be a little bit more, Garrett, you mentioned this too, initiative to kind of let people know what's actually being fixed.
We got a lot of people working on a lot of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And we realize there's going to be bugs that we're not going to fix this patch.
Right.
But I guarantee you we know them, and it's all about time prioritization. But we got a good bulk today, so check out the patch notes, see if that one that's been bugging you has been fixed so far, and let us know if you find any new ones.
I was going to say there was one that I actually did want to mention, but I forgot what it was, and I can't search through all of this now. The first thing though, Nick, balance, because we got the bugs coming that way. The Lance, Bomb King. This is really just a typo description. 0.6 to 0.7. He got his fire rate changed, so we're actually just letting people know that now.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Ta-da.
And, okay, Barrack, this is a big one. I want you to talk about this. I'll read it out, and you just kind of explain it here. Barricade is getting a little bit of a change. Barricade will now only start its cooldown timer once it's destroyed or despawns.
Yep, so kind of a systematic change is going through with all the tanks, right? To make it so you have to let them, the cooldown won't start running through until it's been destroyed or it's expired.
The idea is you can't double up on the benefits of the ability, because it's like you fire the ability, and you're benefiting from it. You're protected by it.
Sure.
And then previously, or in live right now, it's already ticking down the cooldown. And through certain combinations of talent, or legendary cards, or other cards, you can do some pretty heinous, and then Chronos on top of it too. It's just shields.
Yeah, there's only a couple seconds of downtime, especially with Barrack. He was one of the worst defenders, so help bring it a little bit more in line.
All right. Well,
Shield's just as strong, though.
Just as strong. So just a little bit of a difference of how the cooldown
just
will
the
work.
uptime thing.
And got to make sure you place them in the right way at the right time. Buck, one of our healthier flankers here in terms of health, is actually getting a little bit of a boost to his shotgun. So increased shotgun damage from 550 to 570 per Buck.
Yep, 20 damage here. Kind of a lower play rate character, and these little tiny tweaks will sometimes kind of, because sometimes characters will be sleeper strong, and personally, I think Buck might be one of those characters. And so these little kind of tweaks sort of just make people go back, just try it out again. Maybe they have that good game, right? Because you don't want to, especially with new characters and stuff coming out. Yeah. You don't want to have that one crappy game and then be like, oh, this character's trash, right? So just help you kind of, see the light once again on Buck.
Also, the core of it is that Buck is a unique flanker in our cast, because homie has 3,000 health, right?
Yeah.
He's thick.
You got to balance that, right?
The other guy, it was 1,800.
CC or?
Chad will decide on that for me.
2 Cs.
Well, I'm asking you, Garrett.
We're talking about balance here.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, he's got a bunch of health, right? He's got some solid mobility, especially with his legendary choices.
Sure.
He doesn't have the highest damage, and that is because of the other two factors I mentioned.
Yeah.
But we feel like he is still at his core a flank, and killing people is his job.
Right.
Disrupting the backline, that sort of thing. So we feel like he was lacking in that area, and this is to kind of bring him up, kind of make it strengthen the weight behind his punches.
Excellent. Excellent.
It's a very bursty meta right now. This will help with him.
It is, yeah. And Buck, wasn't really featured a lot. He was featured sometimes at the last lane that we did, but still, definitely not a staple.
Not everybody's Perdo.
Not everybody's Perdo. Exactly.
Not every map is on Serpent Beach.
Not everybody can be. Cassie, she is now actually having a bug fix, and I want to ask you what this is about. Fixed a bug, her Scout, her ultimate, which got the movement speed buff last patch, now says it's fixing a bug where the ability was not applying superior crowd control immunity.
Absolutely. So there's two tiers of CC immunity. Generally, most abilities will grant the first.
Okay.
Ults typically grant the second. And I believe the defining factor here is, can Pip ult affect me or not? So it is an interesting balancing mechanic in that, can my ult be snuffed out?
Or you could be Grover, get Pip ulted, but your ult is still going off, and you're still just this little chicken giving life to everybody around you.
An alien chicken, nonetheless, now this patch.
Yes. But yeah, just to clarify, that's how those work. And hers was giving the simpler, weaker version.
Right.
Not intentional.
Okay.
It is an ultimate ability, so we bumped it.
Awesome. I wonder who found that out. It's pretty cool. Maeve. You taking the glasses off or keeping them on, Nick?
No, just a little peek.
Just a little peek.
Because that's all we're giving her.
All right.
Yep.
Just a little peek.
So,
Just, hey,
Maeve.
she's still here.
We're seeing Maeve get an increase in her maximum health from 1,800 to 1,900.
Definitely. So she's still kind of hanging out after her back alley beating, but I mean, honestly, I had a game where I just got dumpstered by this really good Maeve,
Oh,
and
it
then I
happens all
started
the
playing
time.
her again, and I was like, like she's still like. All the damage is still there. Like, she's still good. So the survivability coming back slowly through the cards, through the health.
Yeah.
Hopefully bringing her back a little bit. Maybe inspiring you to try her once again.
Yeah, I would really encourage our players, if you've played a bunch of Maeve in the past, I know there's a lot of you. She's still a very popular champion. Give her another look. Kind of in the last few patches, she's got these little bumps up through her cards, and now we're touching a base stat, which is, although seemingly small, 100 health here and there, it does carry through, and you might surprise yourself with her efficacy now.
One of the interesting things that most people don't know about the 100 buff is taking character from 1,800 to 1,900 is significant in 1v1 battles as flankers as well. And Androxus shooting at 600 now has to shoot her 4 times in a 1v1 battle instead of 3 because he shoots for 600. So that extra shot is just more time that Maeve has, and that's essentially more survivability in those duels. So that could help as well, just to let you all know some of maybe the smaller nuances of it. Makoa. He's seeing the exact same thing that happened to Barrick, but he's having that specifically for his ultimate half shell,
So
his legendary half shell.
He's had a big thing going on right now with Mako with the half shell legendary, especially with Chronos stacked on top of it.
So what's the issue there? So everyone's just aware of like what's happening with it and why this change being made.
So Chronos in combination with a couple of loadout cards, Barrier Reef 4 to be specific, is kind of with that in combination with later game Chronoses, you were only having a couple of seconds of downtime on your shell shield if it was getting destroyed, which in most higher level settings, especially competitive, it is. They can't you can't just sit there for 6 seconds and let the enemy team shoot at you. You got to do something about it.
And they all
right?
have Wrecker, so it's very easy to do.
Yeah. So this change, it'll do a couple of things, right? So he will have a little bit more downtime because he's not getting those couple of seconds that the shield is actually up. The shield will not be cooling down.
Okay. On
top of the fact that even if they don't destroy it, which I've started to do because I was like, I don't want it to come back up in 2 seconds. I'll just chill out for 6 seconds and let it ride.
Yep.
This is going to be a longer cooldown after that as well.
Got it. So just addressing something that was kind of being more and more prevalent and more of a kind of, oh, this is a little bit.
It's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation.
There's no win condition for me as an opposition. So we're seeing actually now, this isn't balance, but it is maybe currency balance here. Ruckus. He is actually getting a price reduction. So for those who are kind of still on the way to purchasing some of their champions, maybe they don't have Ruckus, Ruckus is going from 5,000 gold or 200 crystals to actually 4,000 gold to 150 crystals.
That's right.
Yep.
Just easier.
Solid
supply and demand.
performant. Yep.
Mechs are getting cheaper.
Hey, it's right.
That sort of thing.
The scraps are getting older, so they're just less and less valuable, right? It's not that mint-condition factory new, kind of metal.
We love our new players to kind of have some easy monetary discounts on, like, play those frontline characters. It'll really help you learn the meta. And he's a perfect character to do that.
You're trying. Pip's not a flanker. Play frontliners.
Super simple to understand. He's extremely effective at what he does, and that is sit on the point, pump out a ton of damage.
Yeah.
And at no point has he really ever been out of the meta for the longest of time. Like he is always a solid. Like if you need someone to accompany like another one of your frontliners, boom, Ruckus.
Yep. Ruckus is he's got a lot of DPS. So if you still want to shoot and kill things, and you got to pick up a frontline, he's a good choice.
Yes.
Saris, the newest champion in the realm, OB48. Not many changes actually. In fact, almost none in terms of her stats, but she will have a couple of bug fixes here and some changes to the mechanics of her ultimate. Soul Orb, her left mouse button, can no longer apply orb stacks to Eevee while she is in Ice Block, which was happening.
It was a bug.
And it was an intentional
bug fix.
Yeah, it's never that we wanted you to use your I am safe from anything button and then not be safe from this.
Sure.
So sorry about that, but shouldn't be an issue anymore.
And Eevee's so lighthearted, I don't think she minded at all. Convergence, the ultimate. Now, instead of actually going through characters, it will hit them in the face. It can bounce off players now.
Yeah. Just a kind of a inconsistency in some of our mechanics change. A lot of our projectiles hit players.
Hit things.
Yeah.
Hit things.
It's what
weird to just go through.
Yep. So now it's just more consistent.
It is the Abyss, though.
Maybe.
I would
not yet, though.
I would have given it to that
Blows up
one ability.
Abyss, yeah.
But it's cool that it works that way as well. You're all right. And then Shaolin, Actually, he's just got a general bug fix. I guess he had some clipping issues when he was using his emotes in lobby. So for all of you competitive players, just not capturing the point because your emote clipped in the lobby.
Yep.
You're good now. That is actually going to do it for the balance and the bugs. But we have another thing that's coming up that I think both of you want to comment on before we get to
something.
the very
the rest of the show.
rest of the show, whatever is coming up after
What
that.
the people really want.
We got something called champion-specific keybinds.
Oh, yeah.
Walk me through what that
Neat.
is. What might that be?
So it's something we've wanted to do for a really long time, and it's something that's been asked for a really long time. So we're so happy that we can give it to you. Now, as you play your characters, right? It's like, oh, for Victor, maybe I want my hustle to not be F. Like
And the grenade.
other shooters,
The big thing for me is like, because you need to be able to move while you're cooking your grenade, right? And taking a finger off a movement key to cook it is like a big thing for me. I was thinking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
This
so
is
now,
huge.
No, big time.
basically, you can customize all of these key bindings per champion, load into another champion, and it'll be a separate instance of it. So it's like, if for Victor, I want this button to be F, this one to be Q, this and then Z, just for whatever, whatever. Like, I can have that and then load on and play Saris with
Like
either the normal default settings or just like my other custom set for her.
And we'll have to, I'll just go into my settings when I'm playing Saris, change it, and then that will save and know that it's only for Saris, basically? Or...
Yep, just for Saris.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's really cool.
I got to mention, though, because we are doing this, we do have to do a preliminary wipe of the current key bindings.
Okay.
Apologies. But I think that little extra effort we got to go and then rebind your keys is worth it.
Yeah.
Because it's an awesome,
No,
awesome
Garrett,
feature.
it's not that. I'm quitting it.
I'm out. I'm out.
It's nice knowing you.
So there's another thing that actually I kind of lied. There's one more big thing, and that is some adjustments to ranked.
Oh, yes. Yes, there is.
What could that be?
So, as any of you ranked players know, the current system had some potential very large swings in it, depending on however the match was manifested. It's like, if you're clearly like the carrying player in this, and your other players are on your team are lower rated, and you go in, you could potentially see some extremely large swings. So what we've done is we've reassessed our math, and now you will get far more consistent results and far less like far smaller magnitude of swings. So if you're losing hundreds before, no longer, guys. Like, we want you to not be surprised like that. It's offensive. You're putting in all this work to really push yourselves.
Yeah.
And now you can go in knowing that you're not going to lose like exorbitant amounts of rating. Obviously, you're still going to lose
It's not
some.
climbing up like one rung at a time and just getting punched in the face down 3 flights of stairs.
It's a beautiful metaphor. Yeah. yes. Yeah. So up 2 rungs, down 1, or something similar. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Go out, test that competitive. It should be a much better experience.
So that's pretty exciting. So basically, more consistency is the name of the game. And Nick, you a high-level player. What does this mean for you? Are you going to kind of maybe take a little bit more
take
time
back
to play
to the
some
ranks?
And
Definitely here, because it is kind of disheartening, right? Where you're grinding a certain champion or trying to break top 100 on some leaderboard, and then you're like, ooh, I don't really like this this first pick Sky, even though so and so's the right pick here. I don't want to lose all my elo. I'm highly rated on this character, blah blah. So now it'll be more consistent. Hopefully, this is for all my ranked boys who are trying to get out there and grind.
And that just means, like, over a course of 10 games, maybe you get that one bad game of so
you can
Sky
lose
first pick,
ones.
but you could keep picking that same champion
Yeah.
you want, because if you keep winning overall, that's going to help you more so than that one big loss.
Not
basically.
getting punched in the face and falling down 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
Hopefully, only be 1 now.
Awesome. Well, that's an exciting thing. That is actually it for the ranked adjustments
For now.
But we have a big introduction here. Although that was very cool. This is very
every time
cool as well.
He can't help
and
himself.
I can't because it's, I don't know.
Boxes in a room somewhere.
Box is like, oh, that was very funny. I mean, very punny. Ooh, that was good. That's too much. Now it's like puns on puns on puns. I got to get going to this, guys. You've been waiting for it. Nature's Call comes with a nature champion. In fact, she's more than that. She can take to the skies. She can take to the ground. You will be excited for the introduction of our brand new damage champion in the realm, an OB49, Willow.
Willow. I think that's it. Hi, I'm Willow. Wow. Garrett sucks.
That voice back is really
I
accurate.
want Rain Day's voice pack in the
Oh
game.
my god.
Feed me.
But yeah, guys,
That's
we're,
her. That's her.
we're
Awesome.
really
That's
excited
her woohoo.
to bring this champion to you. She's a lot of fun. Definitely unique to anything what we've done. She's got a lot of personality. Gorgeous character model. You guys are really excited to play her.
And, you know, we going to bring on Wes back again to talk about some of the character design because he's, you know, helped to kind of champion and this champion specifically in terms of the way she's going to look and feel from a design standpoint. And Garrett, obviously, you worked very in-depth with the mechanics of the skills and how she's going to play. So I want both of you to kind of take some time and walk us through this, the style approach to Willow, the new champion here.
Sure. So as far as character design, we looked at this as an opportunity to just further expand our mythology. So this would be a new race of creatures to Paladins. They would be considered almost like a plant-based fairy type of a character. So clothing and body are kind of merged to a certain degree. We would kind of look at these characters as having as a kind of a short lifespan. Like she's maybe 2 or 3 years old, but is a full adult. As far as her persona directly, we kind of looked at her as being a little bit more of a mischievous kind of character. She looks
that way.
Yeah, but certainly not evil by any stretch. But you know, we wanted to play with the kind of playfulness of a character like that.
She looks like she likes to tease, right? She's kind of like sassy a little bit, has fun with it, doesn't take things too seriously.
That would be absolutely on the mark. Yep, 100%.
And you know, looking at this reload and looking at this weapon, Garrett, from a design perspective, you know, getting started with taking a look at some of her skills here, the weapon was a core aspect of what she was going to hinge on in terms of her playstyle here in the realm, correct?
Absolutely. As you can see, her weapon is firing a decently fast projectile that explodes in a large AoE. She's a damage character, and she is by far a AoE damage character, to a T almost. Her weapon hits for 500, so definitely not like our hardest hitting, but it's a very large area. You can get some really good splash damage, and she attacks pretty quickly.
So I mean, we have a Drogoz, we have a Bomb King. You know, you could call them AoE champions. You know, elaborating on the specificity of what Willow brings in terms of her AoE. It's really the width, right? It's the clumping that she benefits from because
man,
she
if
has
you stack
like that
against a Willow, it's like, I wouldn't say game over because there's lots of counterplay in our game. But be wary for this fairy.
Oh, that was very good, Garrett.
That was not intentional. I'm going to be completely honest.
But I like how you went with it. You just went with it right there. If you could maybe, I don't know if we can spawn 2 or 3 bots to see how much, you know,
that'd be cool.
Basically, it doesn't fall off, and this is a real key component, right? So you're hitting almost all of them for 500 right there. Which is, you know, Drogoz might hit that first one for 1,100, but the others are getting hit for 300 or something of that nature. So she's really there to maximize and pick off those kind of team compositions that like to group up, that like to basically try to hide and strengthen numbers. She's like, oh,
I mean,
that's my
that's
strength
just
as
her
well.
in hand. As you can see, as we get to her other abilities, like her Q is extremely powerful. If we can toss that out there right now. So this is Seedling.
Oh!
Boom. So.
Ow!
It throws out this really like weaponized seed pod that after a duration explodes once, fires out 4 other clusters of seed bombs, and explodes again. So covering a large amount of area, very powerful. There's going to be a lot of gameplay tells, and like as you can see, these things are highlighted. They stand out on the battlefield. But watch out for this ability because especially because those are real projectiles. If she catches you in like a tiny little corridor and they all kind of bounce on top of you, it's almost good night.
It's how much damage in each actual?
I believe each one base is somewhere like 400 or 500, and then one of her legendaries actually is to increase that damage pretty substantially. So
you can really, I mean, that's enough to take out kind of a Ying level character by itself. If she gets hit by all of them, of course that's the dream scenario. It doesn't always happen, but so far really good at kind of.
God, I love that sound too.
Frustrating the point. Yeah, the sounds were great. You know, I know Noah and his team work so hard on getting these sounds right. So all these fantastical sounds really mesh with the character. The design of these seedlings too, they seem pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we just.
But they hurt.
They definitely hurt. Across the board, I think we just wanted to kind of play into some of that playfulness that we were mentioning, and that follows through into the weapons, deployables, pretty much all the aspects of it.
Well, let's take a look at her right mouse button now, because if she talks about, affecting the point, she's got the left mouse button, she's got the Q. Those are really good. What does this do? Doesn't look that strong.
It's so funny to hear just like the fairy character just say decay in like a happy manner. She's like decay. But yeah, so what this ability is it's called Dead Zone. Kind of, if some of you veteran players remember, Buck had a very similar card at one point in time that had actually a very similar effect. So this ability will fire out this projectile that, once it explodes, creates like all these kind of toxic healing inhibiting spores in this area. This field persists for a duration. Any player in this field for the duration will not heal. Like, you cannot receive healing in this. So it's extremely powerful meta ability.
So 100% cauterize.
100% cauterize on a right click.
So this is cauterize 4, if there was one, for free at the start of the game.
Right at the start of the game. It can be extremely influential. Be wary of a Willow on the other team position around her. Granted, the ability doesn't do any damage, so it is entirely utility based. But watch out.
But let me, but Garrett, I mean, she could just walk out of that. I mean, what's the big deal? She just moves out.
Yeah, the effect on you lingers for a little bit as you step out.
Oh, it does linger. Okay.
Yep. Not for too long.
2 seconds.
Yeah,
about?
it's 2 seconds.
So even if I mean, that's kind of what I was getting at too. It's like, some of the counterplay earlier on in the design of this was that very strong thing, but people walked out of it and it was just like, okay, I'll just heal like 2 feet away. But if she does land a good shot of this onto a point or something, there's at least the duration of about a cauterize where she's going to have to step away and kind of reassess for them to get their healing back.
Absolutely. So, and it's really funny as a healer to be playing against a fairy, a Willow, just because you'll be, if you're Saris, right, and you're channeling your Fernando, and you're just like, oh my God, please step out of that circle for the love of, please move,
please,
because you see it, they're kind of in the lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
so they don't realize what's going on.
They're in the dead zone, man.
Yep.
I get it. So she's got all this. Usually the F is kind of a movement skill. What's Fairy bringing to the realm with her?
Absolutely. Just as most of our Paladins characters do, she does have a movement ability. This is Flutter. So it is a very quick forward and then up moment that we do kick you to 3p for. And I can't remember if we slow fall you after it. I don't think so. But it's this really diverse movement positioning ability. And granted, this is a kind of, we have no cooldowns on in the playtest, so this is inhibited by a decent cooldown. This isn't like the same cooldown as like a dodge roll or like a Maeve ability. But it's a bit longer. She is a damage character, not a flank. So use it wisely, because as you can see, you only have 2100 health, and actually I think you might have cards. I believe her base health is 2000. So
yes, it is.
She's a low health character for sure. She's going to be dealing loads of damage from the back line, and then she has this one flutter ability to get out.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a one and done, right? I mean, if this flutter ability doesn't get you out of danger, there's really no way to get out of it. You got to turn around and fight back, because the mobility is very limited to this making that one flutter count. The cool thing is you can go up, as we've been showing here. It's whatever direction you actually are aiming, the flutter will take you. So you can go straight up.
Yeah, it's actually a really genius mechanic that the designer,
what designer?
Howard Kret, he built this mechanic so that the dash forward, you'll get an upward motion towards the end of your dash, but the upward force that's being applied to your character actually reduces as you turn your camera up. So when you look straight up, you'll just go straight up.
Yeah.
It's a really genius thing. It's really intuitive for gameplay. It's a really solid piece of the character.
All right, so there's two. I got to talk to both of you about this one because the ultimate's coming through. There's a lot of beauty in the animation and kind of the art style and the choices there. There's just a lot of awesomeness in the actual play style as well. So why don't we take a look at Willow's ultimate, and I'll let you boys kind of break this thing down.
Reach for the sky. Yep. So this is we have
She's
a character.
flying.
She is flying. Most of the character is wings, right? It's this is what you want. So her ultimate, Faith Flight, will freeze you in position, and then for a duration, I believe it's 8 or 10 seconds, give you a really unique flying control for our game. It's an extremely powerful repositioning tool. Doesn't boost your damage.
Okay.
Doesn't make you immune to damage. You can't be CC during this, but you get a very, very advantageous positional benefit.
Yep.
And also it's great for chasing a push, or like maybe you need to go like zone or something like that, or chase down a kill. Not that you wouldn't be playing the objectives because you're all very talented players, but I may be guilty of chasing down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
6,
or so
7,
kills.
But yeah, we stopped counting.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Rip. Hey, you're lucky I had cooldowns.
Yeah.
You are lucky you had cooldowns
I
off.
would have died there. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really fun to pull off successfully. You do have some sort of like kind of liquidity in the air. It's not like a very nimble flight.
Right.
There is some like steering resistance, so you're kind of smoothly going through the air. So it's not very difficult to fight against. I can't tell you how many times I've died in the air as this character. And your wings kind of light up. It really like illustrates where you are in the sky. But a great addition to our ultimate bank for all of our characters. Looking forward to you guys playing it.
Well, she's picking up some speed there as well. I mean, from a visual perspective, you know, a character design perspective, Wes, did you guys go in knowing she's flying? So how do we kind of look at this? How do we work with all the teams here, the VFX, kind of the animators and everything, to make sure that this comes off as playful as we want to design this champ?
Right, yeah, so we knew that there was going to be a lot of flying elements to the character. When we decided to kind of steer it more towards a leaf-based, plant-based type of character, we had to take into consideration just flight mechanics of what that would look like, and then from technical level, there was a lot of back and forth with modeling, rigging, animation to make sure that we conveyed that fluidity that we wanted in the wings. And credit to all those teams. I think it came out wonderful.
Yeah, I completely agree. She is a wonderful personification of like one of a Paladins character.
I mean,
it's great.
She's fantasy. She's fun. She's exciting. You know, I think people are going to be really excited to play her. But not only that, to kind of hear what her personality is. You know, every champion brings that personality. And if we have the voice pack ready to listen to,
she has personality.
I think we'll be able to see what she brings to the table.
Best ever. You couldn't hit an oak tree with an acorn.
Oh goodness, these jokes.
Yay! Have you ever met a fairy godmother? They're such nags.
So cute.
I'm not gonna behave. It's not in my nature.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Yay!
But yeah, she's got buckets and buckets of personality.
You're great.
There's no denying that.
What's the awesome? I want to hear like the awesome, the laugh, the quiet, the curses. That's too bad. We got those.
Curses! That's too bad. Defend! Defend!
So good.
Very good.
She's one of our most animated characters too. You'll see in the match lobby and such. Like her expression, she's got those big old eyes and like this very expressive face. Super excited for you guys to check her out.
It's going to be a great time. I know everyone's excited about it. One of the more excited people about it, and we're going to introduce to you right now on the show, man you may know as Super Bad Juju.
Hey, what's going on?
I got a funny story. When we were hiring, I actually did your interview, right?
Oh.
And basically, you know, I met him, and my name's Matthew, and, you know, I'm basically, you know, I want to do this. I've done this website. I stream a little bit, and I was like, man, I came out of the meeting and said, this guy's good. We should hire him. We should hook him up. And then, you know, we had another meeting, and it's all about, hey, we need to support these streamers. We need to make sure our streamers are going well. And I'm like, yeah, like, let's hook that Super Bad Juju guy up. Like, let's give him some gem codes, give him some. It's like, we're hiring him. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you interviewed him. Like, that was so. Anyways, you're known well in our community. Welcome for coming here, Matthew, man. And how's it been so far?
It's been great, man. It really has. You know, I'm happy to come in here, try and help out the console crew. You know, I mean, we got console, and it's good. It's going good. It's going good. And right now, I mean, filling in for Alyssa today.
I know. You're not exactly Alyssa. I know people are saying, where's Alyssa? But maybe some man candy here. You know, I like it.
You know,
it's like some of the ladies watching Patch Notes needs a little bit of something. You know what I'm saying? Can't always be the fellas getting it good, you know? So I like that you're representing. And we're wearing black. You're very sleek.
I know. What's up with this? I mean, we have everyone dark colors today.
That's
We're
right.
stylish staff here at Highway Studios.
Yeah.
For the happiest champion, though.
That's true. That's true. We're a little. This is more like a Sarah satire right here.
Right?
I feel like we're all gonna have. Oh, never mind. I'm making jokes in my head. It's all good. we got new things coming up. One of them is that a new test map rotation will be going forward. And, of course, everyone really had a lot of great feedback on the last one. I believe Sandbridge. People were really excited about it. We'll get some new maps in with this new patch. That one will be Arid.
Yes.
Which is kind of a play test favorite.
Yeah, I think we might actually
have
show
put
you
this out
Arid.
before.
This is actually Arid V2, so it's probably an old slide. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
But we made some adjustments. We'd love to hear your guys' feedback. Play the map. See if you can find out what those tweaks were.
And do we have another one, or is that it?
Just one. Just
okay,
one.
Just one. So really kind of getting your focus on these single maps, and Sandbridge went really well, and now we are ready for Arid. A couple of interesting things too. For those in Latin America, you've been asking for some assistance with the servers, and your wish has been granted.
Yeah, we're adding a new server region for Northern LATAM, so should be some better performance for you, quicker queues, that kind of thing for people more in your area. So check it out, guys.
That's pretty exciting stuff. And the couple other things too, I think before we get into a bigger thing that I want you to talk about, because you're very community oriented on Pulse with that. PvE, we've had some changes to PvE.
That's right.
That
yes.
queue is actually going to be removed from the game right now.
Yeah, temporarily we're gonna take it down. We are very, very pleased with kind of this preliminary knowledge. You guys know, like crazy Kinesses or Drogoses or stealthing other characters, like off the chain, crazy stuff. But we want to do better. So what we're gonna do is take it down, kind of go through our data and really hone in on a lot of our successful elements and maybe what we did good, what we didn't do so good on, and then really come back with some more polished content for you. Maybe even like do some like less kind of ragtag things and actually produce maybe more of a dedicated PvE or kind of seasonal event. So
very interesting. So
thanks a lot for testing it.
Yeah, thanks everybody. It was fun. I know a lot of a lot of people did enjoy it. There was a lot of guides around it, and our social medias and content creation. So glad to have that, and thank you for participating. One of the big things here, before we even get to community questions, you tested it in PTS. A lot of people said, "Where's my voice chat? It's not in the live client and was in the PTS. What the heck is going on?" We had told you that it was for testing, and that's true. It wasn't in the live, but apparently it is now.
Oh yeah,
voice chat is here.
Yep, it's here, guys. So
for real, not just in PTS. For real.
No, for real, for reals.
All right,
pinky promise.
Yeah.
Okay, check it out. As soon as patch day hits, you can go on and make friends with people all over the world, because everyone's always friendly on voice chat. It'll be great.
If they're not, we got the mute button. You can use that.
That's true.
It comes with a full host of controls for it. UI engineers have been working hard on it. Definitely got a features list for you that will meet all of your needs.
And this is something that you've been a part of the community Pulse for a long time.
Sure.
What does this mean for the community finally kind of getting this in game, in live?
Yeah, the biggest thing, I mean, this is a game that has a lot of strategy to it. It's not just run in there, bang your head against the wall, see what happens. You got to capture the point, you got to work with your teammates and everything. And so I think being able to strategize easier, I mean, the VGS is great for people who are veterans, they know the game, they know what's up.
Yep.
But if you're on the newer end, this time you can just get on there and start, talking, strategizing, and make some friends a bit easier.
Make some friends and strategize. Paladins voice chat is in the realm. I hope you all enjoy it and use it that way. I certainly will not be using voice chat, but that's just because I can't control, what people will say if I'm like.
Yeah, you got to stream. We understand.
So, but I really hope all of you do enjoy it, and maybe you'll catch one game where I'm using it. All right. Now it's important. We got community questions. That's why you're here.
Yes.
Alyssa's gone.
She is.
No redhead.
Home
but we
alone.
We got you here, and we're ready for it, man. You got your phone. Is this where the questions are?
Yeah, I brought them up here. I wasn't sure if, So
I didn't know if you're doing a little bit like side advertising here. It's like, they're paying me $20 to get my phone like this.
No, I brought it up here just in case. So what we got is the first question is from nice comment, thanks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Great name.
And
That's a good name.
That's a good one.
Will there be more options for custom matches?
Yes. So we've done we still have a lot of work to do on our custom match experience. It's something that's kind of been grandfathered in from the earlier stages of the game. But as we kind of hash out that system, and then maybe it ties in with some of the new stuff we do with PvE, whether we allow you to do custom matches for that or not, or like have guessing game modes where it's like double damage or other similar like no cooldowns, that kind of thing. Just fun stuff you can do with your friends, but it's all on the table, and it's on our list.
Cool. Yeah, I know I'd really like that, to get in there, do some silly modes, $5 at once or something like that.
Too many bucks.
Be chaotic. Next one we got is, are we likely to see console and PC versions converge at some point? And that was from Last Life Lost.
Will there be a convergence?
Yeah, and we talked about that, like, what do they mean by this? And I think based on the questions I get pretty often is people are asking, is there any time where they're going to be together? Are they going to be in sync?
Obviously, that's always the goal. The reality is, so publishing all your content to a PC platform and then also consoles. When you're when you're publishing to consoles, it has to go through your Microsoft, your Sony's like that. So there's a bit of a process that goes on between the two companies there, and that amount of time it doesn't always line up with your PC schedule. So always getting ahead, getting farther ahead, and having them come out sooner, and then you're like they're inching closer and closer and closer.
Yeah.
And it'd be ideal if they lined up, but in the near future, there'll probably still be a little offset.
Yeah, I think we've been making some pretty good strides though, as far as picking up speed and doing a lot better there. All right, so let's see what we got here for our next question. We got, are those test maps just for testing, or will they be made into actual maps? And I think we kind of saw the answer to this today.
Absolutely. This was the Bright Marsh map is going to be, I think, our first map that actually manifested from our test queue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe Stone Keep was.
It's a catharsis having that map out.
Yeah. No, it's really good. Yes, is the short answer. We do take those test maps, kind of like analyze based on all your guys' feedback. So please keep filling out those forms. What was liked, what was disliked, what performs well, that kind of thing. Which one fits the best art theming? How can we best integrate those work in progress maps into a true Paladins map experience?
Sure. So, I mean, sometimes it's just like the concepts that get pulled through. It might not be like the whole map, but it'll be, we have like that enclosed space or that, a lot of tall buildings and stuff like that. Correct?
Absolutely. Yep.
Cool. All right. So our next question we got here is, and this is one that interests me a lot. Is there a possibility of shielding supports in the future? And that's asked by It Probably Wasn't Me.
I don't see why not. I mean, supports do all sorts of things to defend their teammates, whether it's
Orvald's grandson.
I can't commit to any
you can't
final
commit
answers
to that right now?
I can't.
You got commitment issues, man.
Yep. Story of my life. But yes, I could easily foresee a support character having some kind of shielding mechanic. There's so many mechanics that we have not even touched with this game.
Yeah.
It's really the beauty of our project is that we're only limited by our imaginations. We have the fantasy world, we have the shooter gameplay elements. How we choose to combine those two is just like endless possibility. So
Sure. That's cool. I mean, I know me personally, I'd be interested in that. I think there's a lot of different ways we could go with that.
Well, he committed basically on live, so.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Yeah, you heard it.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
If you cut the audio, I think you could say it's a commitment.
All right, next question, guys.
When will Genie Ying and Code Green Victor return? Because we got all these chests, and people are wondering when they're going to come back.
Those are both green skins, though. Does this person just want all the green skins?
This is Dawn of Darkness who asked the question.
Ooh, well done.
Yeah.
So the nature of these chests, when we do these kind of limited pieces of content and are packaged together in a chest experience, they are by no means gone forever. How we reintroduce them is it could be attached to an event, or maybe there's a chest that combines all the exclusive pieces of all the other exclusive chests into one.
Right.
There's lots of things we can do. There is no scheduled date. Like we're not doing it like next patch for sure. But they will see the light of day once again, guaranteed.
You can commit to that?
Yes, you will see them again.
Okay. All right. We got a commitment from Garrett. Any more community questions?
We do have one.
Nice.
We do have one.
I was scared that was the end.
This is a question from one of our OG fans here, and
we have a lot of OG fans.
Are you familiar with the name Lord Tekron?
Lord Tekron.
Lord Tekron.
Potentially. Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He wants to know Trainmageddon when.
Trainmageddon.
Yes.
That's a name that's struck in fear in the hearts of developers since the beginning of this project.
Right.
No.
Hold on. What are you guys talking about?
You know Trainmageddon?
Trainmageddon, man.
What is train?
Punches with the power of like 10,000 trains or something?
Yeah.
No.
It's training day.
What? Are you guys? Is this something that I just have no idea? I just missed this. I just fell asleep when this was happening.
So,
Is it a character? Or what?
if you were to go on the Reddit, people always submit ideas and everything, and there's one idea that could picking up steam.
Oh gosh.
Huh?
Dude, my crew here is just with these puns.
Yeah.
I can't.
That was very good.
Yeah.
But no, we love to see all the crazy ideas you guys do for skins, for characters. Like, it's a wonderful thing to have such an active community. So we love it. Who knows? Maybe someday in game something will happen. The most non-committal statement ever.
Classic high-res martini there. No, Garrett, obviously these guys know something I don't. Trey-mageddon, apparently people want it. I'm just relying on their feedback to see whether it gets in or not. Thank you, Matthew, for the community questions, man.
No problem.
We're basically, you don't have to leave because we're basically shutting it down. It's been a great patch notes. Everyone's really excited for, of course, playing OB49. So the next question leads me to ask Garrett, who's been not committing to basically anything today. When's PTS out?
We're shooting for today. Might be up right after this stream. We'll see.
All right.
However, in PTS, because we love it when you guys PTS. It helps us so much. And there's a lot of stuff actually for you to test this time.
Okay.
Download the PTS client, log in, jump through all the hoops that we force you to jump through, and then we are just dumping like gems and gold and essence all over your accounts for PTS, so you can go and buy all the things, test all the skins, unlock all the characters, and really give us some solid feedback.
It's like a free spa weekend. We're at the Four Seasons. You basically get to go and experience everything. It's great. So you guys get to play with all your cool skins, all the cool content, make videos of it if you want, make YouTube videos, stream it, show people what it looks like to play with these new things. Everyone should have enough essence, gold, currency, all that to be able to do it. That's going to do it for us today at the Paladins Patch Note Show, Nature's Call for OB49. My name is Rainey. This is Matthew, Super Bad Juju. Of course, we've got High Res Martini Garrett there. And thanks so much to Wes, to Anthony, to Jordan, to Nick, High Res Pretty Hair, joining us here on the Patch Note. Special shout out to Maddie running the computer back there for the first time. Shout out to Matt. All the production setting things up. Brad, Blake, the entire crew back there, Nick as well. And of course, as always, shout outs to you guys and have a fantastic Friday. Remember to never give up, never stop gaming. We'll see you all in the realm.